welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, SepNoSia, welcome back your presence. Okay, before we start, I just want to say that I'm sorry for any background noises in this video, maybe. Because, well, I do record this in an event, so it might be kind of loud. I hope there's no background noise at all, so you guys can listen well to the story and my beautiful voice. I'm sorry, my voice is pretty standard, or maybe bad. Well, just hope everything goes well this time. Alright, let's go. With my home on the table, it's not like I can afford to refuse. Then give it your best. Do well, and I'll even throw in a bonus. I look forward to hearing about your progress. Living after a subtle threat? Oh, is that a threat? Or perhaps this notion of motivation. I'll choose the first one. Karasu left the three of us alone once more. Alright, let's talk about the future wedding. Try to understand. Adder possesses a significant threat to Karasu's business. If we succeed, he'll finally have an edge over them. But if we fail, Karasu's foothold in this town will continue to slip. We may even need to relocate. She's angry. She knows she doesn't want to leave me. I know you don't want to move again. Oh, so we already have done that before. But if we are unsuccessful, then it's a distinct possibility. Wait. If you guys relocate, then what happens to me? You may be new, but you're quite capable. You'll improve over time. As such, if at all possible, Karasu would like to keep you on board. However, I'm not entirely unsympathetic. I know how much strife moving can put a family through, especially one that's already broken. I wouldn't force you to come with us, and I don't think Karasu would either. The choice would be yours. No way. Am I hearing this right? All I have to do is fail the mission and I'm free? Oh shit, then that means I sense a very big disturbance in the mission. It might be just my assumption, but we might betray them. This sounds interesting. I'd finally be able to choose my own path, no strings attached, while retaining all of the money I earned while working for Karasu. I'd be able to get a regular job without my inheritance and truly give Sara a normal life. But if I did that, although I'd regain my freedom, I'd lose the most lucrative job I'll ever get, as well as one of the most lenient bosses. On top of that, I might never see Mesa again. Okay, what is it? Oh, she is tugging him. Yeah, I know. Suoh, if you're that worried about relocating, then I have a proposal for you. A proposal? Could this be? He wants me to, marry her. Yeah. I know, I'm being too optimistic here. Most people in our line of work are transient. What is that? They either don't have a home to begin with, or they're away working often enough that they might as well not have one. In our case, most work takes place in or around Richmond. The furthest we usually need to go is 1 or 2 towns over. Because of that, and thanks to Karasu's partial ownership of this town, there's no need for us to have conventional homes. If you're tired, stay at one of Karasu's hotels. If you're hungry, eat at one of his restaurants. Use your position by his side to your advantage. Oh, that's actually an option? You can do that, and he doesn't mind? Of course not. Karasu is the one who came up with the idea. It is unpractical, and it would be cheaper than my current lifestyle. So, what do you think? All you need to do is send your sister to a boarding school, ditch your lease, and let the city cater to all of your needs. Wait a second. You want me to send Sara to a boarding school? She's the reason why you need a home to return to, is she not? She'll have the peace and stability she needs within a nurturing educational environment. You'll be free to go wherever and to do whatever you want. That's not a point I can argue. Damn, he's sharp. And to the point as well. This is the kind of guy I like to work with. Except for the killing part. If Sarah were to stay at the boarding school and the staff there would look after her, she'd have everything she needs and none of the danger my work brings. She wouldn't have to cook or clean, she wouldn't have to shop, her life would actually be pretty similar to what it was like before her parents died. Even so. But I can't just leave her. I understand that you don't want to let your sister go, but think about what's best for her. Yeah, so come on. All this time you just want the best for her. You want her to live a good life. Do you really think your sister is happy with things the way they are? Well, I knew there was some truth to what Sai was saying. The more he pushed me, the more agitated I felt. Having someone that has broken a family as his telling me how to fix mine, callously disregarding my sister's happiness as though it was irrelevant. You're the last person who should be lecturing me on my family's happiness. What was that? Do you really think my sister would be happier if we never saw one another? Or if we had no home to return to? It's not about what makes her happiest, it's about her own well-being and education. Like withdrawing Mesa from school and denying her a real home. Ooh, the sick burn. That's gonna be painful. Takes a lot of guts and one hell of a word. That's not how it is. Oh, Suoh is actually making sighs. Defeated. Come on, Suoh, keep it up. I'm all for you, man. Where am I wrong? Mesa is like us. She already has a job and she doesn't need further education. What are you trying to convince here? Mesa isn't like us. She may be shy around strangers, but she craves social activity and excitement. She wants to go outside and make friends, not go whoever her father tells her to. Don't presume to know my daughter better than I do. Don't you presume to know my sister better than I do. Now she's sad. And she's angry. Wait, I mean she's sad, not angry. And she's crying too. As the argument between Sai and I grew more tense, Mesa threw herself into the fray, keeping us both at arm's length as she desperately tried to pick us apart. Caught up in our bickering, neither one of us showed any concern for the subject herself, standing only a few feet away. But as her father and partner continued to fight over her supposed best interest, Mesa saw only one peaceful ending. You two are speechless now. And Sai has the most creepiest face ever. He doesn't actually look as what he actually is. Oh, now she's crying. Neither Sai nor I had anticipated Mesa's intervention, but above all, I never expected to see her in tears. The cool, calm, professional Mesa, the energetic girl I frequently escorted around the city, and the swordswoman who cut me with such grace and ease, was crying. She could break into a person's home without bating an eyelid, kill strangers at her father's whim, even live this disturbing lifestyle, yet the sight of her father and I fighting proved too much to bear. It's okay, sweetie. We weren't fighting. Yeah, we were just worried, you know? Oh, she's really sad. Nah, I blame you two. Fuck you guys. I'm sorry. Mesa's tears slowed down, but refused to stop completely. In a way, it was heart-wrenching, watching such a happy, energetic girl break down like that. Maybe it's my brotherly instinct, but seeing Mesa like this, all I can think about is pulling her head to my chest until she finally calms down. But she isn't Sara, and I have no idea how Mesa would respond to me embracing her. Well, you already embraced yourself both in the bathroom, why would not she do that? Every logical thought going through my mind is telling me to fight the instinctive urge I have to console her, to hug her tight until the tears dry up. And yet when I see her like this... So, I think you should go. We'll continue this discussion later, when she's not here. Okay, that's right. The best thing I can do right now is leave. No matter how well I feel I know Mesa, Sai is the one who knows her best. He knows what's best for her. If I can leave her in the care of her father, then I should have no regrets. That's actually kind of a badass words. It's like, I leave this to you. You're the only one I can trust for this. And we're back to a happy home. La 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 la. So later than usual, I dropped Mesa off and returned home. You still drop her off? Oh, I mean, at which point I was intercepted by my forgiving sister Sara. She asked no questions about where I had been, where I was late, or what I had been doing. Instead, she greeted me with a cheery mood as though she had been happily awaiting my return. I thought it was a feint at first, with Sara lulling me into a false sense of security before she could drop a bombshell. But as the day dragged on, Sarah's routine saw no variation, and I grew less suspicious. I think she's also waiting for you to grow less suspicious. Don't trust this Suoh. Oh wow, she uses an apron. Look good on her. Dinner will be ready in half an hour or so. Just go back to watching TV. I'll let you know when it's ready. Okay. No need to tell me twice. I could get used to this. Yeah. Plenty of money, a beautiful girl cooking for me while I watch TV, a job I enjoy, and a voices in my head. It doesn't get any better than... What? Unless, of course, you'd rather fill in the time some other way. Just as I was beginning to relax, Sarah's expression suddenly shifted, revealing a wicked smirk. Her demeanor changed drastically, exuding an uncomfortable feeling unlike anything I'd usually sense from her. Some other way? Don't play dumb. You know what I'm talking about. What the hell? What happened to Sarah's clothes? Two teenagers, each of the opposite sex, all alone together at night. This can't be real. Sarah would never... Come on, what are you waiting for? You're hungry, aren't you? Eat me right up. Oh. Is this allowed to be in YouTube? I don't know. Well, there is no... the content might be, but the picture doesn't. Hey, are you listening to me? What? Come on, dinner's getting cold. Pry yourself away from the TV for a minute. What the hell? Wasn't I just in the kitchen? And how did Sarah... Ow! Ow, 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 ow! Oh no, not this again. Yeah, not this again. And that was the creepiest shit ever, and the most sexual content I have ever seen in this game. More than taking a bath together. Oh, shit. Well, we're fucked. Is this a new capture? Oh, not yet. The next day, Wednesday night, November 9th. With two targets for the night, both of whom we planned on disposing of ASAP, Mesa and I began making our way to the home of our first target, praying for another quick night's work. Is this a bad end? We had asked Sara for permission to take the night off from training, giving us more time to finish our work for the week. Given that one target had already offed himself, however, and the other two were in close proximity, the extra time appeared to be unnecessary. Alright, stopping a few blocks away, Mesa and I walked the remaining distance to our target street. We also wore our training garbs under our street clothes, concealing our weapons in a similar manner and avoided street lights wherever possible, all to draw as little attention to ourselves as possible. Tonight's going to be tricky. Given that our commissioner specifically requested that we make their deaths brutal. Oh. Adhering to his request will mean making it bloody, in other words messy, and a messy crime scene usually means messy killers. We'll be able to cover up any blood we get on our training garbs by putting our street clothes back on, and no, it shouldn't be a problem. We were quick, but nonetheless the risk is certainly higher than usual. And we already know about the tripwire, right? Because I look around. Starting with the house of Miss Mendes, Mesa and I entered effortlessly, literally pushing the door open and walking right in. Still the same. Mesa and I shed our outer layers before entering, leaving our everyday clothing near the entrance to Miss Mendes' home. Having stripped off into our work gear, Mesa guided me to a closet further in wherein we uncovered the bat she found earlier. Now that we're here, I have to wonder, is the bat really the right tool for this job? It may be brutal, but it's also going to be unnecessarily messy. And we can't afford to travel back home covered in blood. If nothing else, we could always change back into our other outfits outside and find some way to dispose of our training garbs. Then again, Mesa, let's swap. I handed Mesa the sheets I picked up, and in turn I took the bat from her. Mesa may be more experienced than I am, but she's still just a teenager. She doesn't have the upper body strength for what comes next. I peered into the master bedroom at the end of the hall, and surely enough there was Miss Mendes. Although it was difficult to see, her bedroom appeared to be much cleaner than the rest of the house, which made walking over to her side a straightforward task. Mesa and I took our position on the other side of the bed, prepared for our first kill of the night. I readied my bed and Mesa held up the sheets, already aware of exactly what I had planned. This is gonna be brutal. Oh, sorry, I've been pressing the wrong button. Sleep well, adulterer. My arm swung down violently until a loud crack echoed throughout the room. I cannot even imagine what's behind that sheet. Dead center I struck, splitting Miss Mendes' head wide open with a single blow. Her white teeth were immediately dead red from within, allowing only a few fragments of bone to escape. Her blood trickled out from under the sheets, but not far enough to reach our killers. The sheets fulfilled their duty surprisingly well, sparing Mesa and I from the mess I feared. Needless to say, no sense of life remained, no movement, no sense of breathing, not even a whimper. Mesa and I, clean, unharmed, and unseen, sneaked into our first target's house, executed her, and remained clear to depart. A perfect kill. Okay, that was super creepy. That is brutal. I agree. That is really, really brutal. I cannot imagine what's behind that sheet. It might not even be it might not even be allowed to be on YouTube. Maybe it is actually. I placed the bat bag where Mesa found it, unable to keep myself from smirking at the thought of how easy, fast, and overall perfect the knight's first kill had proven. Maybe this really is my calling. Even without taking the pain and freedom into account, I'm enjoying tonight to a frightening degree, and I don't fear training or going to work anymore. Well, he's being overtaken by that entity we've seen before. As a violent, immoral youth with a desperate need for cash, this might just be the perfect job for me. She starts to know. But not for Mesa, apparently. Sparing only a moment to ponder the look Mesa gave me, I followed her out the back door, closing it behind me. With our job half done, Mesa and I put our regular clothes once more, then headed along the sidewalk and straight to Mr. Crane's house. Mesa began to pick the lock at Crane's back door while I attempted to see through the window. Times like this, I understand why Sara uses night vision headgear. I'm sure they're expensive, but that'd definitely be of help. Oh, are we gonna use that? Are we gonna be Metal Gear Solid? We're gonna be a badass night recon. Even without a decent source of light, Mesa managed to leverage entry in record time. The two of us shed our regular clothes once more, readied our weapons, and without further delay, we went inside. We know about the tripwire this time. That's why you have to look around. Mesa and I entered through the back door far more carefully than with Miss Mendes. This guy is from the military. Whatever kind of military service Mr. Crane was involved in, even if it wasn't as a soldier, the kind of training he must have undergone makes him a threat. We need to be especially careful and not to make any careless mistakes. What? Humbled by the sudden creak I no doubt caused, I slowed my pace, treading as lightly as possible. As we entered the hallway, Mesa and I carefully stepped over the tripwire she spotted earlier. Though her discovery saved us from potentially being discovered, it also served as a worrying reminder. Mr. Crane is prepared to handle an intruder. Oh, look at that ass. She's like those ninjas, ready to stab you at the moment's notice. Mesa continued forward slowly, looking around carefully with every step she took, worried that another tribe might be awaiting us. Yes. I followed a few steps behind, keeping low to the floor and checking behind us intermittently. Why would you do that? Mesa near the end of the hallway, ready to soon progress into the master bedroom. However, as Mesa slowly crept forward, a figure emerged from the darkness. Brandishing a golf club, Mr. Crane sneaked out of his hiding spot. He raised the club above his head, ready to down Mesa in one strike. I think I know what's best here. Warning is too late. What should I do? Let me tell you something. Furious, like fire. Strike first. Before Mr. Crane could take a swipe at me, I plunged my knife into his chest from behind. in one side and out the other. Mesa responded immediately, ducking out of the way and readying her blade. She understood the situation in an instant, and the opening I afforded her was more than enough. I twisted my blade, causing Mr. Crane to buckle under the pain and fall to his knees, right into Mesa's strike zone. Oh shit! Ouch! With Mr. Crane at more accessible height, Mesa hacked her blade straight through his neck, severing the man's head from his shoulder. Oh shit! One cut was all it took. Her graceful movement sent his head soaring, spraying blood in every direction, instantaneously robbing him of his life. Okay, I shouldn't laugh, but it sounds funny. I removed my knife from his chest and wiped the blood from my face. Thanks to my position at the moment of his execution, it proved impossible not to get the blood on me. Mesa took a step back, trying to keep the pooling blood from getting on her shoes, not at all taken aback by the familiar sight before her. Phew, that was close. She's giggling. You think this is funny? No, don't answer that. Wait, did her eyes change? Wait. Is her eyes always brown? Is it like green or blue? Am I imagining things? I hope I'm not. I think I'm imagining things. I hope so. All that matters is that our work for tonight is done. If I warn her, it's just gonna be like, BAM! And bad ending, she died or something. But no, I know better. We gotta strike first. Hit him fast and hard. I mean, stab him. And then cut his neck off. Let the head soar flies. 3 days later, Saturday morning, November 12th. Having completed my work for the week as early as Wednesday, the ensuing days proved as boring and unproductive as I'd feared. Thursday and Friday alike, I had nothing to do, no work, no hobbies, and with my sister at school, nobody to tease. Well, get a hobby, man. Get a game or something. Come on, there's internet and shit. Holy crap, are you... Oh my god. This guy. I did meet up with Mesa each day as usual, and at night we still trained, but for most of the day I was bored senseless. Yeah, I know. In a sense, the boredom made me glad that I went to high school. After all, if there's one thing high school prepared for me, it's wasting entire days without doing a damn thing. What did concern me, however, was where my mind drifted in the meantime. With all of the time I've been spending with Mesa lately, I thought that I was beginning to understand her. Her playful attitude, her cheerful demeanor, her serious killer instinct. One by one, every side of Mesa was being exposed to me, giving me further insight into my partner. But 3 nights ago, when I bashed Miss Mendes' head in, I saw something different. Okay, was it sorrow, disappointment, fatigue? I can't quite place it, but something about Mesa's expression back then really concerned me. I was only doing my job, doing her job, and yet she looked at me as though I'd done something wrong. Honestly, thinking back to the look she gave me actually hurts. But worrying about it won't do any good. Yeah, it's already... What's done is done. Life goes on, life is harsh and unfair, and you move on. That's about it. If I want to get to the bottom of this, the best thing to do would be to find and confront her. Unfortunately, even if I did, it's not like she'd tell me anything. Little Mesa really is mute, unable to speak English, simply shy or something else completely. She won't say a word to me. At best, I get the occasional giggle or cough out of her, and that's it. Even so, this isn't something I can just forget about. I can't walk away from this without clearing things up. Yeah. So the question now is, how can I do that without speaking to Mesa? Send Mesa a text message. No. Ask Carasso. He's gonna freaking joke about that. Well, maybe he knows, but... You know what? You said, we're gonna finish this discussion. Sai said that before. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Let's talk again. I want to know his opinion. What makes her like this? I'm gonna ask him straight up. Don't be afraid, Suoh. I'm here. I'm always for you. Let's ask him. If anyone knows how Mesa thinks, it's her father, and getting him to talk to me should be no issue. Of course, whether or not he'll actually tell me what I want to know is a completely different matter. Yeah, we have to try first. Oh well, there's only one way to find out. As elusive as I may be, he gave me this phone for a reason, and I know how to send a text message. Let's see now. I'd like to ask you a question about Mesa. It's a little straightforward, but when it comes to dealing with Sai beating around the bushes... What? Well, that was quick. Meet me at Caraso's office. Whoa, that is quick. Less than 5 seconds he answered back. He types really fast. It's like, meet me at Caraso's office. And the fucking... Holy shit, the signal must be like fucking 1 terabyte speed or something. Super fast. Seems as straightforward as I am. Either that or the topic warranted an immediate reply. At any rate, I'm halfway there already. A trip to Caraso's shouldn't take long, and if it means getting peace of mind, then it's a trip I'll gladly make. Finally, we're about to know. Hello? Greetings. I like that. Greetings. Oh ho! So this is who called you. For a second there, I thought Sai had gotten a girlfriend. The teasing begins already. Oi, oi! You know that Mesa and Violet are the only females with my contact details. True, but it's not as though we have any rules about not dating co-workers here. Isn't that right, Suoh, Mesa? So he considers what we do to be dating, huh? Though I don't think Mesa quite understands what that means. Ahem. So, you contacted me for a reason, right? What was it that you wanted to talk about exactly? Well, it's kind of hard to talk about when we're all here together like this. Oh? And why might that be? Surely it isn't a private matter, is it? Damn it, Sai. Yeah, just fucking come here for a second. I need to talk to you privately. It's not private exactly, it's just... Oh shit. Oh god damn it. Now this is... I feel like I'm gonna miss something if I screw around. Just what? But if I cut to the point and ask Mesa directly, should I really take the risk? Okay, I always say this. Sometimes being greedy is not good, okay? But then again, if I don't do something, if I don't take the risk, I won't get anything out of it. So... fuck it. I'm gonna brave myself. I'm gonna cut to the point and ask Mesa directly. Screw it. Talking to Sara isn't going to get me anywhere. Mesa, on Wednesday night, did I do something wrong? You know, back in the house of Miss Mendes, when I handled her, you seem kind of sad. Same expression. Yeah, just like that. So that's it. You made the killing as brutal as requested and accidentally showed Mesa a side of yourself she hadn't seen before. Huh? A new side of myself? I don't get it. It's not like Miss Mendes was the first person I killed in Mesa's presence. Presence! And her reaction to Crane's death was one of nothing more than relief. Still, at the very least, it sounds like Sai knows what I'm talking about. Mesa, honey, you were scared, weren't you? Oh yeah, she is. Wait, what? Mesa's scared of me? I don't understand. Doesn't Mesa do this sort of stuff all the time? She's been at this longer than I have, right? You're misunderstanding. It isn't the act of killing that is frightening. What's scary is that you enjoy it. He knows. Everything he said is true. I enjoyed it. Oh no. I have a feeling we are in for a deep shit here. In order to shield Mesa from the rest of our conversation, Sai took me out of Caraso's office all the way to the parking lot through which I had initially entered. Despite being noon at the latest, the car park was empty as expected the parking lot of an abandoned building. For Sai and myself, this meant we could talk in peace without being mindful of either passerby or friends and family. Boy, you have really stepped on a landmine this time. That's the first time I have seen Mesa look at anybody like that. Except at me, of course. At you? She gave that same look of fear and disappointment to her father? Now what am I thinking? Of course she did. It was probably for the same reason. As much as it pains me to say this, you're right about my daughter. Mesa is nothing like me. To her, this job is a means to an end. Something she was brought up with that she endures and is even good at. But not something she enjoys. She could take this job or leave it. She could go to school and get an education or find another line of work. She could find enjoyment elsewhere. But I can't. I can't. I've been doing this for just over 2 decades now. It's too late for me to change, and even if it wasn't, I wouldn't want to change. Saya's voice quickly changed from a soft-hearted, kind tone back to its usual mask of intimidation. The moment he swapped from talking about his daughter to talking about himself, all of the love in his voice disappeared, replaced with the malice of a veteran killer. Suoh, Karasu is of the opinion that you're an extremely adaptable young man. In fact, that's the primary reason you were hired in the first place. But is that really the case? Could you give up this line of work and be happy elsewhere, just like Mesa? Or are you like me, single-minded and focused to a fault? More to the point, are you still able to stop killing? Would you be able to give up your recent lifestyle and start anew? This is quite deep and interesting. Okay. This is a very might be game-changing answer. I mean, it might be lead to multiple endings, I think. So, well. Oh, you see what? Time's up. We should keep this for the next episode. So we can enjoy everything. However, how about this? I'm gonna think hard for this, be it yes or no, or maybe with Mesa by my side. I think you guys know which one I might choose. Then again, maybe you don't, but this should be fun. Next one, we're gonna see it through the end. I mean, with a music like this is like, are you ready? This is the end of the road. It's your choice now. Everything depends on you. It's like those classic, you are the only last hope in this world kind of line. So, alright. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, favorite, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. And of course, tell your friends and family about my channel. I appreciate and thank you for that. And of course, again, I said of course 3 times now. SepNoSia says, thank you for your presence.